What's up, stream? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is week 4. You thought we weren't gonna do tonight, but we did. I told you I wanted to do these later at night so I can possibly read y'all to sleep now, right? Do the exercise and then y'all head straight to bed. I feel like that's the most beneficial way I can do this, right? So, week 4, chapter 4 of 24 of the Master Key System. Read along and activities to follow from each chapter. Um, we don't know what's going to happen tonight, and I'm not going to give you any teasers. You got to stay for the reading, and you got to stay for the very end for the exercise, right? Because we're going to do it together. About 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the reading. And if you have anything you want to add, throw it in chat. I'm going to stop periodically to chat. Not that much, to be completely honest, but periodically, just to keep the flow going, I'll stop and respond to chat questions if there are any, or anything you want to discuss. We want to stop, go back to something in the book. We can go back, right, and read it again, discuss it, and then continue reading, right? But this is week 4 of 24. We're going to be doing 3 readings this week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Um, a special stream possibly Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Not really comment, chat, like chat and subscribe. You feel me? And if you want to watch the video again, go to the video and then like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? So, we're about to go get into it. I got real comfortable in some snuggly clothes because this is a reading right before bedtime, right? So, without further ado, The Master Key System by Charles F. Hennell, chapter 4. Boom. Let's get to it. Chapter 4. Sorry, my little man just dropped his bone down the stairs because he's playing with himself. Pause. Chapter 4, Part 4. Enclosed herewith, I hand you Part 4. This will show you why what you think or do or feel is an indication of what you are. Thought is energy, and energy is power. And it is because all the religions, sciences, and philosophies with which the world has heretofore been familiar have been based upon the manifestation of this energy instead of the energy itself. That the world has been limited to effects, while causes have been ignored or misunderstood. For this reason, we have God and the devil in religion, positive and negative in science, and good and bad in philosophy. The master key reverses the process. It is interested only in cause, and the letters received from students tell a marvelous story. They indicate conclusively that students are finding the cause whereby they must secure for themselves health, harmony, abundance, and whatever else may be necessary for their welfare and happiness. Life is expressive, and it is our business to express ourselves. Page 38. Harmoniously and constructively, sorrow, misery, unhappiness, disease, and poverty are not necessities, and we are constantly eliminating them. But this process of eliminating consists in rising above and beyond limitation of any kind. He who has strengthened and purified his thought need not concern himself about microbes, and he who has come into an understanding of the law of abundance will go at once to the source of supply. It is thus that fate, fortune, and destiny will be controlled as readily as a captain controls his ship or an engineer his train. The I of you is not the physical body. That is simply an instrument which the I uses to carry out its purposes. The I cannot be the mind, for the mind is simply another instrument which the I uses, with which to think, reason, and plan. The I must be something which controls and directs both the body and the mind, something which determines what shall they do and how they shall act. When you come into a realization of the true nature of this I, you will enjoy a sense of power which you have never before known. Your personality is made up of countless individual characteristics, peculiarities, habits, and traits of character. These are the result of your former method of thinking, but they have nothing to do with the real I. 39. When you think, when you say, I think, the I tells the mind what it shall think. When you say, I go, The eye tells the physical body where it shall go. The real nature of this eye is spiritual and is the source of the real power which comes to men and women when they come into realization of their true nature. The greatest and most marvelous power which this eye has been given is the power to think, but few people know how to think constructively or correctly. Consequently, they achieve only indifferent results. Most people allow their thoughts to dwell on selfish purposes, the inevitable results of an infantile mind. When a mind becomes mature, it understands that the germ of defeat is in every selfish thought. The trained mind knows that every transaction must benefit every person who is in any way connected with the transaction, and any attempt to profit by the weakness, ignorance, or necessity of another will inevitably operate to his disadvantage. This is because the individual is a part of the universal. A part cannot antagonize any other part, but on the contrary, the welfare of each part depends upon a recognition of the interests of the whole. Those who recognize this principle have a great advantage in the affairs of life. They do not wear themselves out. They can eliminate vagrant thoughts with faculty. Page 40. They can readily concentrate to the highest possible degree on any subject. They do not waste time or money upon objects which can be of no possible benefit to them. If you cannot do these things, it is because you have thus far not made the necessary effort. Now is the time to make the effort. The will be exactly in proportion to the effort expended. One of the strongest affirmations which you can use for the purpose of strengthening the will and realizing your power to accomplish is I can be what I will to be. Every time you repeat it, realize who and what this I is and try to come into a thorough understanding of the true nature of the I. If you do, you will become invincible. That is, provided that your objects and purposes are constructive and are therefore in harmony with the creative principle of the universe. Hey, welcome to the stream, Andrew, and welcome to the stream, Adams. Appreciate the subscribe, bro. Harmony, okay, boom, boom, boom. Provided that your objects and purposes are constructive and are therefore in harmony with the creative principle of the universe. If you make use of this affirmation, use it continuously, night and morning, and as often during the day as you think of it. And continue to do so until it becomes a part of you. Form the habit. Unless you do this, you had better not start at all, because modern psychology tells us that when we start something and do not complete it, or make a resolution and do not keep it, we are forming the habit of failure. Absolute ignominious failure. If you do not intend to do a thing, do not start. If you do start, see it through, even if the heavens fall. If you make up your mind to do something, do it. Let nothing, no one interfere. The I in you has determined the thing is settled. The die is cast. There is no longer any argument. If you carry out this idea, beginning with small things, which you know you can control, and gradually increase the effort, but never under any circumstances allowing your I to be overruled, you will find that you can eventually control yourself. And many men and women have found to their sorrow that it is easier to control a kingdom that to control themselves. Oh, it means to say than. I think that's a typo. And many men and women have found to their sorrow that it is easier to control a kingdom that to control themselves than to control themselves. Okay. But when you have learned to control yourself, you will have found the world within, which controls the world without. You will have become irresistible. Men and things will respond to your every wish without any apparent effort on your part. This is not so strange or impossible as it may appear when you remember that the world within is controlled by the I, and that I is a part of or one with the infinite I, which is the universal energy or spirit, usually called God. This is not a mere statement or theory made for the purpose of confirming or establishing an idea, but it is a fact which has been accepted by the best religious thought as well as the best scientific thought. 42. Herbert Splendor said, amid all the mysteries by which we are surrounded, nothing is more certain than that we are ever in the presence of an infinite and eternal energy from which all things proceed. Lyman Abbott, in an address delivered before the alumni of Bangor Theological Seminary, said, we are coming to think of God as dwelling in man rather than as operating on man from without. Science goes a little way in its research and stops. Science finds the ever-present eternal energy, but religion finds the power behind this energy and locates it within man. But this is by no means a new discovery. The Bible says exactly the same thing, and the language is just as plain and convincing. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the living God? Here then is the secret of the wonderful creative power of the world within. Here is the secret of power, of mastery. To overcome does not mean to go without things. Self denial is not success. We cannot give unless we get. We cannot be helpful unless we are strong. The infinite is not a bankrupt, and we who are the representatives of infinite power should not be bankrupts either. And if we wish to be of service to others, we must have power and more power. But to get it, we must give it. We must be of service. The more we give, the more we shall get. We must become a channel whereby the universal can express activity. The universal is constantly seeking to express itself, to be of service, and it seeks the channel whereby it can find the greatest activity, where it can do the most good, where it can be of greatest service to mankind. The universal cannot express through you as long as you are busy with your plans, your own purposes. Quiet the senses, seek inspiration, focus the mental activity on the within, dwell in the consciousness of your unity with omnipotence, and still water runs deep. Contemplate the multitudinous opportunities to do which you have spiritual access by the omnipresence of power. Visualize the events, circumstances, and conditions which these spiritual connections may assist in manifesting. Realize the fact that the essence of and soul of all things is spiritual, and that the spiritual is the real, but because it is the life of all there is. When the spirit is gone, the life is gone. It is dead. It has ceased to exist. These mental activities pertain to the world within, to the world of cause and conditions and circumstances which are result of the effect. It is thus that you become a creator. This is important work, and the higher, loftier, and grander and more noble ideals which you can conceive, the more important the work will become. Overwork or overplay or over bodily activity of any kind produces conditions of mental apathy and stagnation, which make it impossible to do much more important. 44. Work, which results in a realization of conscious power. We should therefore seek the silence frequently. Power comes through repose. It is in the silence that we can be still. And when we are still, we can think. And thought is the secret of all attainment. Thought is a mode of motion and is carried by the law of vibration, the same as light or electricity. It is given vitality by the emotions through the law of love. It takes form and expression by the law of growth. It is a product of the spiritual I, hence its divine, spiritual, and creative nature. From this, it is evident that in order to express power, abundance, or any other constructive purpose, the emotions must be called upon to give feeling to the thought, so that it will take form. How may this purpose be accomplished? This is the vital point. How may we develop the faith, the courage, the feeling, which will result in accomplishment? The reply is by exercise. Mental strength is secured in exactly the same way that physical strength is secured, by exercise. We think something, perhaps with difficulty, the first time. We think the same thing again, and it becomes easier this time. We think it again and again, and then it becomes a mental habit. We continue to do the same thing. Finally, it becomes automatic. We can no longer help thinking this thing. We are now positive of what we think. 45. There is no longer any doubt about it. We are sure we know. Last week, I asked you to relax, to let go physically. This week, I am going to ask you to let go mentally. If you practice the exercise given you last week, 15 or 20 minutes a day in accordance with the instructions, you can no doubt relax physically. And anyone who cannot consciously do this quickly and completely is not a master of himself. He has not obtained freedom. He is still a slave to conditions. But I shall assume that you have mastered the exercise and are ready to take the next step, which is mental freedom. This week, after taking your usual position, remove all tension by completely relaxing and then mentally let go of all adverse conditions, such as hatred, anger, worry, jealousy, envy, sorrow, trouble, or disappointment of any kind. You may say you cannot let go of these things, but you can. You can do so by mentally determined to do so, by voluntarily in, by voluntary intention and persistence. The reason that some cannot do this is because they allow themselves to be controlled by the emotions instead of by their intellect. But those who will be guided by the intellect will gain the victory. You will not succeed the first time you try, but practice makes perfect. And this, as in everything else, and you must succeed in dismissing, eliminating, and completely destroying these negative and 46 destructive thoughts because they are the seed which is constantly germinating in discordant conditions of every conceivable kind and description. There is nothing truer than the quality of thought which we entertain correlates certain externals in the outside world. This is the law from which there is no escape. And it is this law, this correlative, this correlative of the thought with its object, that from time immemorable has led the people to believe in special providence. Wilmans. Part 4, study questions with answers. What is thought? Thought is spiritual energy. How is it carried? By the law of vibration. How is it given vitality? By the law of love. How does it take form? By the law of growth. What is the secret of its creative power? It is a spiritual activity. How may we develop the faith, courage, and enthusiasm which will result in accomplishment? By a recognition of our spiritual nature. What is the secret of power? Service. Why is this so? Because we get what we give. What is the silence? A physical stillness. Of what value is it? It is a first step to self control, self mastery. And that is the end of chapter 4, chat. Now we're going to go over our exercise again this week. Now, before we get to the exercise, we will discuss what we have already done in case this is your first time here and you need to go and catch up really quickly, right? So, the first week, the first chapter, what was the requested thing that the Master Key System had us do? Well, I'll answer it for you because these are questions and answers. It had us sit still and allow our thoughts to just roam freely. Just sit still and let them roam freely. Don't interact with them, just let them roam, right? Sit still and just let them roam, right? Week 2, what did we do? Well, in week 2, we sat still, but instead of letting our thoughts roam, right? We told them, not now, maybe later. So what was that doing? That was us quieting our mind, quieting our thoughts. What did that help us realize? That we are not all that noise. We are not all those external thoughts coming in, right? We are that piece that's right in the middle that everybody wants to talk to. We are the coolest kid in the school. You feel me? We the coolest. We the coolest kid in the school. In week 3, what did we do? Well, we added something to it. We sat down, we sat still, we sat quiet for 10 to 15 minutes, right? What did we also do? We did not now, maybe later. We were quiet in our thoughts, so we added on it, right? So what did we add? We added on relaxing the body, right? Telling yourself that it's okay to relax, because we live in this lifestyle that's always moving, and we forget to sit down be quiet, and just chill for a second. You feel me? So, what do we do? And why is that important? Well, telling your body you can to relax means that you understand that you don't have to be stressed out. It's not a requirement. You don't have to be tense all the time. It's not a requirement. You don't have to be stiff all the time. It's not a requirement. You can relax and still succeed. You know? You can move like like in flow. You can move in flow. You feel me? God bless you. You are great. Keep being a leader. Appreciate it, Everett. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do my best to continue doing what I'm doing. But that was a fantastic compliment. I appreciate it. But it teaches us to remain in flow throughout our day, throughout our daily lives. Whenever we get in a moment where we feel stiff and we want to lock up, we can just remember to relax. To remember we have the ability to relax in any situation, right? And hop back in our flow. So, what are we going to be doing in chapter 4? Now that we went over everything that happened last week and the week before, what is this week's exercise? Last week, I asked you to relax, to let go physically. This week, I am going to ask you to let go mentally. If you practice the exercise given you last week, 15 or 20 minutes a day, in accordance with the instructions, you can no doubt relax physically. And anyone who cannot consciously do this quickly and completely is not a master of himself. He has not obtained freedom. He is still a slave to conditions. But I shall assume that you have mastered the exercise and you are ready to take the next step, which is mental freedom. This week, after taking your usual position, remove all tension by completely relaxing. Then mentally let go of all adverse conditions such as hatred, anger, worry, jealousy, envy, sorrow, trouble, or disappointment of any kind. You may say that you cannot let go of these things, but you can. You can do so by mentally determining to do so, by voluntary intention and persistence. How are we going to voluntarily persist in telling our mind, telling our mental time that we can let go of all the things that we want to be attached to so bad. We want so bad in our life. We want to see it happen. We want all of these things we just want so much, right? But how can we tell ourselves that, yo, it's time to relax. It's time to let go. I know how much you want it, but in order to get what you want, you got to let it go. If it comes back to you, it was meant to be. You feel me? If it comes back, it's meant to be, right? So, how can you do that? All right. I'm going to tell you a way to do that, right? A way to tell you to remind yourself that it's okay. Your mind doesn't know that it's okay, right? Okay. So how can you do that? Just as simple. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're doing fine. It's okay. Now you relax your mind. You let go of that tension that was in your head that was holding you back so much that you really wanted. All the things that you really want so bad, you let it go. It's okay. It's okay to let it go. You don't have to hold on so tight no more. It's okay. Right? Now, we're going to get into the exercise, right? So, what are we going to do? We're going to sit down, right? And is this Christian church? Well, my granddad's a pastor. My granddad's a pastor, so possibly, like it's probably coming out of me from all the days I went to church when I was a kid. I was in the choir, I was an usher. You feel me? I did the offering, I did all the announcements, you feel me? I was always there and I actually listened when my granddad was preaching, you feel me? And now I have all the teachers that my granddad taught me. I listen to them and I have a wonderful life where I can get all the things I want. Can you not see all the things I like? Can you not see all the things I like over here? You feel me? And I just want to share that. That's my goal, is to just share that as much as possible. Um, but let's go into what is the exercise for today. So what we did the following weeks, we're going to add on to those. So get into a comfortable position. It's some comfortable clothes, right? I got on my loose jacket, a comfortable jacket. I want you to find somewhere where you can sit up straight, relax, but not leisure, and don't fall asleep, right? Uh, for sure. Um, uh, leisure, don't leisure, don't fall asleep, but get comfortable, right? Now, next steps is not now, maybe later. And what is not now, maybe later for? Is to quiet your thoughts. Whenever they come in, not now, maybe later. Not now, maybe later, right? So whenever noise comes up, not now, maybe later. What is next? You got to relax your body, right? You can go to each part of your body. If you feel tension, go to each part of your body and it's okay. Relax. It's all good. Whatever word works for you. I'm fine with the word relax, right? But a lot of people don't like the word relax. So whatever word works for you is a fine word for you, right? Now it's okay, relax. Now, what we're going to be doing this week is, oh, man, all these things I want so bad. I want them so bad. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's gonna work out. Whenever a word comes up, it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna work out. Whenever fear comes up, it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna work out. Whenever you want to cry, it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna work out. It's okay. Now we're gonna steal that in your mind. Your mind's gonna become a steel chamber of joy and peace because it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna work out. Right? So let's get into the nice, good position for tonight's exercise. We're going to be doing this for about 5 to 15 minutes, right? So if hopefully I gave you time with all my babbling, with all my babbling to get into a nice, comfortable position so that we can do the exercise together, right? So just like I said, let's get into a comfortable position. We're going to be quiet for 5 to 15 minutes. So if you're ready to be quiet with me, go ahead and get ready. Um, we're going to say to our thoughts, not now, maybe later if they come up. If they don't come up, we're just going to be quiet. And we're going to be like, we're so quiet right now. We notice when our body is stiff. That's how quiet we are. We can notice. So whatever part of our body feels stiff, yo, you can relax. It's cool. It's all good. You can relax. We ain't got nothing to do right now. We ain't nothing to be worried about. We chilling in the crib right now. What are you worried right now for? Right? Just relax. It's cool. And it's okay. It's gonna work out for that all those worries that build up on us cause life. You feel me? Cause life. Cause life. It's just life. You feel me? It's okay, it's gonna work out. So now we got everything we need, all our tools. So let's get into our quiet time. And we're gonna start in the next 5 seconds. In five, four, three, two, one. Perfect timing. Okay, chat. So that's been about 5 to 10 minutes of silence. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's reading. Tonight's silence together. What we got to relax your body a bit. Make you ready for bed. Uh, I already took my shower and stuff, so I'm about to go to bed. Um, mm, ooh, you feel me? You feel me? So now you're coming out of it. I'm gonna turn the our background noise back on. Um, mm, had some tension in my side that needed to relax. I didn't realize it was there. There was some air in my side. I just burped it out. I don't know if you just saw it, but I had some tension in my side that released during my meditation right then. Came out as air. But hope you guys enjoyed tonight's reading, tonight's meditation exercise, and just to go over it one more time, right? So week one, right? We did quiet time, and then let your thoughts just roam by themselves. Don't interact, just let it roam. As much as you want to interact and tell it to be whatever, and just want to talk back or whatever, don't say nothing, right? Week two, we sat down quiet in our same comfortable positioning, but instead of letting our thoughts roam, we just said, not right now, maybe later. Or we can chat later, brother. We can chat later, bro. You feel me? Week three, we took it a step further. We sat down quiet in our position once again. We also said, not right now, maybe later to our thoughts. And then we decided that, oh, man, we got a lot of tension in our body. It's time to relax the body a little bit, right? Life is stressful sometimes, man. You get some tension in your shoulders, some tension in your face, right? Your skin start breaking out. You feel me? Your body start breaking out sometimes, right? But that's tension. Those are signs of tension in the body. It's time to sit down and relax, right? So you tell your body relax. In that quiet space, you can really feel your body, right? You can feel all the places on your body where there is tension, and you can go to each one of those places and say, "It's cool, bro. We good. You can relax. We in the crib. We chilling. It's a comfortable spot. This is our safe place, right? We can relax here, right?" And now week four, what did we do? We did all of that, right? But we added something right on top of it. Now we're mentally relaxing, right? And how did we decide on mentally relaxing, right? It's okay. It's okay, and everything's working out. It's all good. And just a substitute, you can use that for all of the other steps if you want to. It's okay. It's working out, right? You can use just that. You don't have to use not right now, maybe later. You don't have to tell your body to relax or to let your body know it's cool that we can chill, we at the crib, we can relax. You can just say, it's okay. It's going to work out. And that's good enough. That's perfectly good enough. You don't have to have a lot of different steps. You can have that one saying for all of that together, right? Um, I enjoyed tonight's meditation, tonight's reading. I always do. I love when we have any chatters in the chat, no matter how many it is. I'm thankful to be able to have anybody in the stream, anyways. You feel me? Um, Stream will grow. We got 24 weeks. You feel me? This is week four. We just got started. This is week four. We just got started. So, um, I hope you guys enjoyed the first reading of the week for chapter four. We will have two more readings this week. It's going to be Wednesday and Friday around the same time, around 9 p.m. Eastern time. 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time is a usual start time for these. Just because I want to read to you right before you go to bed and do exercise and relax you right before bedtime so you can have a great night's sleep. Um, and be ready to attack the next day with viciousness. with with strength and valor and courage. You feel me? With love and peace and you know, you got it. All of those things, right? But we're just setting ourselves up for success. You feel me? Um, and This is the end of the night stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna be right back here again Wednesday and Friday, and maybe even on Thursday. You never know. So you just have to stay tuned. Um, and I hope you have a great one. I'm out. It's nighttime. It's bedtime. I done did my whole day now. I made it all the way to the end. And we're gonna do this outro, right? So we all got that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today. And we out.